Fish. Might be a good one, dude. Really good fish. Oh. He's on a dock piling. Please don't break off. Oh my God. There's one. Very big, bass nonetheless. Micro crank. Fishing docks that normally have at least 12 feet of water around them. And they're in, shoot, this is one of those docks that's normally more than like 15 feet. Crazy. Fish. Nice fish. Heck yeah. There it was. Heck yeah. He followed it, yeah. On the micro crank, guys. Something you never see me do is fish offshore, but it's so obvious right now. That really shallow tapering point comes all the way out here, and you can see all these birds sitting up in inches of water. We're sitting in like 4 to 5 feet of water right off of the edge of where that tapering point comes out. You normally would have no idea to the naked eye when the lake is at full level, but because it's so shallow right now, we're paralleling that tapering point. And I think there's bait getting blown over it. You got one? White bass? Nice. That's why I figured it'd be around here. That's a fucking, dude, that's a big white bass. Angel's caught a freaking tank white bass. Got one. Trying to go into the dock. I think it's a white. No, it's a bass. Dang. Okay. Yeah, what is that? What did he eat? He got shad. He just burped up regurgitated shad all over me. Nasty. Y'all were battling the wind, trying to cast around this dock. Got the micro crank on. Angel's got something big. Now you're snagged in. This dude was eating shad out from under the dock. There's one that was half eaten. And you can't even get underneath of there anymore. Fish. Really good fish. Oh. Oh. It's a bass, but he's gonna try to run me into the freaking dock and the trolling motor and everything else. I guess he's not super big, but keeper size. What a joke. There we go. Y'all, that was hectic. Got a big south wind today, and it's crashing up into this courtesy dock. It's just pinned us up there against here, but this bass about wrapped me into the trolling motor. Got me into the dock, everything. Did you look at your depth finder there? You about watched a bass boat get split in two. That's a big white bass, the way he's fighting. Gotta be a white bass. No, a catfish? What? That was weird. However, this is where, on the other side, I did catch the bass. So I think it's worth fishing up all the way through here. Fish. Might be a good one, dude. Nice, biggest fish of the day. Long one. Nasty looking one, good grief. You also, I was using the micro crank to fish the deeper edges of that floating dock, and it pulls all the way up into like a foot or two of water. So I'm fishing the chatterbait. God, he choked it, man. Wanted every bit of it. He came on the new HH Custom bladed kooshball. Got a 3-inch Moondog flat top minnow on it, red tail. Throwing it in a white color. That thing vibes hard, and we need it because the water's dirty and it's windy as all get at today. On Dobbins 740C, Cast King Zephyr, 6-pound fluoro. Fish. Wow. Little guy on the micro crank. God, can you imagine if we went to the Trinity today? In a wind tunnel. Ain't no way. Fish. Oh, dude. Dude. Oh, stay out of stuff. What is that? What is that? God damn it. There you go. Big old pasty white drum buddy on the bladed kooshball. Fish. There's one. Nice. Decent one. Oh, borderline too big to do that too. I think they need bottom contact today. A decent one on the micro crank. Fish. I had to go up and get him. He's on a dock piling. Please don't break off. Wow. Oh my God. Oh, dude, I knew it was a good one. Yes. Yeah, me on a dock piling. My line has to be just shredded. It's a really good one, dude. Heck yeah. On the HH Custom bladed kooshball, guys. Cast it in there real shallow. You hit it right about there. Biggest one of the day. Caught it on that little bladed kooshball HH Custom 3-inch flat top minnow from Moondog Bait. Fighting the bigger ones on the 7.4 Sierra model is a lot better than the shorter ones. You have a bit more leverage. Had that on 6-pound fluoro. Somehow didn't break off. Can't even. Fish. Oh man, that's a better fish. Oh, it's a catfish. Nice channel. It's the second little catfish I've caught today. He wanted the naked chatterbait.
Give up your vows. Save our city.
Yeah, they're starting to shift. It's like seasonal. There's always fish on the marina. You just have to determine where at on the marina they are. That one, dude, that's a better one. I think that's a better one, man. I don't think it's not that good, but keeper size. Right on. Some buzzer beater fish. Y'all just got back from the lake today. We got the tar kicked out of us by the wind. Good grief. The micro crank put in some work on some fish that were in some deeper water today, guys. Caught some multi-species on it. But truly what I wanted to get at the end of this video, guys, was just giving y'all some information on how I choose whether I'm gonna throw a naked profile chatterbait or a fully dressed with the skirt on it chatterbait. So let's start with naked, guys. So what I found is when you take the skirt off of these micro chatterbaits, it makes them lighter, and when it makes them lighter, they're gonna fall faster and they're gonna stay deeper longer. And what I also found is when the bite is a little bit tougher and I'm having a harder time getting some reaction, when you take the skirt off, the quiver that the blade vibrating gives those little 3-inch swim baits is incredible. And I've found that that can trigger fish better when the bite is very tough. And in terms of trailers, guys, it just, again, it determines on how hard is it to get a bite. If it's not super hard and it's the time of the year where they will eat something bigger, I'm going with like a 3-inch 6-cents whale. You can go with a 2.8 Kitech. You can go with a 2.7 Divine by 6 cents. You can go with a 3-inch Moondog Slim Shad. And what you've been seeing me throw most of the summer, guys, these little fluke style trailers on it. The flat top minnow from Moondog has become my favorite. It's got a somewhat skinny profile, but it's fat on the top, so it takes that hook really well. And the action that thing has on the back of a chatterbait is wild. I've done really well with this naked and with it dressed. And in terms of times of year, guys, I've found that the naked works better like as soon as the spawn gets done, post-spawn into the summer. And I have a feeling that as the water cools down below the 70-degree mark, this bite might start fading a little more. And when there's colder water, guys, so in the winter and in this pre-spawn especially, if you're gonna throw something a little bit bigger of a profile, the skirted one was my go-to in the winter and in the pre-spawn, guys. And that flat top minnow on the skirted version makes for a killer combo right there, guys. And that's what caught the bigger bass today, guys, was that bigger profile. And that is not a micro chatterbait, guys. That is an HH kooshball, bladed kooshball, guys. Brand new on the market. They just dropped mid-September here. And what I have here is a 3/16 ounce, guys. And that's something else that I forgot to mention with the skirted versus the naked chatterbait, guys. When I'm fishing really, really shallow, I'm talking like 1 to 3 feet, maybe 6 inches of water to 3 feet of water, I go skirted just because I can get away with it and I don't have to worry about the fall rate at that point. Give them a little bigger profile, have a bit higher chance of getting a bigger bite. If I'm fishing, you know, from that 3 to 6, 7 foot range, I go most of the time with the naked chatterbait, unless it's, you know, different times of the year. But depth a lot of times will affect what I'm throwing and where I'm throwing it. If I'm fishing a little deeper, I go naked. If I'm fishing pretty dang shallow and around cover, I go dressed. And these bladed kooshballs, guys, he's got a really nice hand-tied skirt on there. That's just a plain white one. It works well for this really stained water that I fish. I beat the tar out of it today. It knocked a lot of the white paint off of there. But so that y'all can see a pretty new one, look at that thing. That's called a bad shad skirt. glittery with some black specks on it. Hardened paint on there, but if you smack them up against docks, it's just like anything, guys. They're gonna chip off, and that's what I did to the white one. But those little blades that he put on there vibe very hard, and they vibe consistently. You never have issues with it stalling out. They vibed for me the whole time I was throwing them today, guys. And then in terms of tackle, guys, I just throw it on a light or ultralight moderate action rod. My Dobbins 700C, or even you can get away with the Sioux Dragon. The Sioux Dragon 2 model, it's pretty floppy. It does better with treble hook baits, but that Cast King Kestrel rod, guys, has somewhat of a moderate to in the middle between moderate and fast action. That works well. But that Dobbins 700C or my 740C that have the moderate action towards the top of the rod works really well for a chatterbait rod. And then in terms of gear ratio, guys, it really doesn't matter all that much. I actually kind of like throwing it on my Zephyr because they're a bit faster than that Hurricane, but it really doesn't matter too much because you can adjust that on the fly with how you're cranking. But also, guys, if you want to check out those bladed jigs or any of the plastics from Moondog, I leave all of the links to the lures and the rods and the reels in the description below. HH Custom Jigs out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Guy's name's Corey Hart. Go and give his page a look and see if you want to pick up any of his stuff. If y'all enjoy supporting small business like I do. And then Moondog's out of Clarinda, Iowa, guys. He makes a bunch of killer little finesse plastics, both oriented towards panfish and bass as well. He also ties up some sweet little 16th ounce custom spin jigs, and some of the terminal tackle on his site is wild as well. He's got little screw heads, the sick looking little swim bait heads with the eyes on them for those 2-inch swim baits. He makes the dragonflies. He's got a ton of stuff on there. You'll be like a kid in a candy store looking at Moondog's site, I promise you. If y'all enjoyed this one, leave a like for me, guys. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet. We're getting close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. I keep saying that, but it's kind of crazy to me. You know, I started this like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and all I kind of envisioned for it was just having like some personal recollections and making some edits and reliving some of the moments. But it's, you know, it's turned into getting a little bit of a following going, and a lot of y'all are getting excited on the BFS scene too. So that makes me pretty happy, because if it's a way of fishing that I love and that I enjoy, and I can share it with you and y'all can reciprocate that joy, you know, feels pretty good. Anyway, y'all take her easy. We'll see you on the next one.